everyone, welcome back to Do Stuff's World. I took a short hiatus. I had to get a new computer. It's working pretty good. Excellent, in fact. I no longer have the OBS issues with, well, I have one issue with the audio. The audio is not that great right now. I have to tinker around with that a little bit more. I don't have, my headset's not a slouch, and I know the computer can handle the audio. It's just I don't have the settings set up right or something. But what we're going to cover today is the work that I have done in the off time. I have been doing stuff here. Just been a little busy with work and everything too. So let's pop on here to our mine area. Now, obviously, that's not finished. Out here is not finished. There's not going to be too much more going on out here. I'm not going to make a giant, crazy mine entrance. It's just going to, yeah, it's just going to look like a mine built into the ground. But we have this staircase that leads all the way down. I just decided to dig out a section roughly around the beacon. The beacon is what comes up through the middle here. We will be removing the beacon because I want to put a redstone elevator in here. I'll have to look up how to do that because I don't really know. And then along the sides here, I've already kind of started some of that. We're going to have these little kind of windows or areas where you can look into different parts of the mine and you'll be able to see the mine carts going back and forth, taking whatever they're taking. I don't think I need to figure out a way to get them to fire up when I come down to the mine, like a switch or something, because they don't seem to want to stay running the way I have it set up now. They just kind of stop. But yeah, the cart will just come back and forth. It serves no real purpose other than it brings a little bit of life into the mine. It won't look so static in here. I think that's an important feature in some of your builds too, is to have some kind of life. Well, not that kind of life. Where do you... Oh. Hello, sir. And then we have another area down here. Same basic thing going on. I want to put in some, like, maybe armor stands and stuff with pickaxes. Just dress them up. I don't want them, like, to face the area. I want them to face away and maybe kind of put them off in the distance. Not as well lit, so it just looks like people working. There's one of our carts. Get up there. And this guy will just go back and forth. But yeah, I need to set up like a switch or something to turn on the redstone for it. That way, it'll just be on when we come down here. But yeah, this will be like a window or iron bars or something, and I'll have a redstone elevator coming through it. But we haven't done anything down here in the bottom. Well, we've done a little bit. I was kind of trying to match out where I was going to put mine shafts going through, but I think we're going to do it a little haphazard instead. Instead of placing them just, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 blocks and then a mine shaft. I don't want it to look too uniform. We're just gonna kind of make it look like they're just kind of digging where they find stuff. Yeah, we'll have all kinds of different things down here. I'm gonna write down some ideas about it because I'm not totally sure how to mess with the space that big. But let's head back up because I want to show you something else I've been working on. We are back in the sky as the sun sets. And I don't know if I captured this in the last episode. I haven't watched it or rewatched it. I've watched it once, but I haven't rewatched it. Got all the trees cleared out, and I kind of decided what I wanted to do here was start working on the little village that I wanted to build. I want this whole island to be covered in houses and different things. I started with the easiest part, which was over on that side. We'll go show you that in a minute. Up here, I am not 100% sure how I'm going to do this. I'm definitely going to have to landscape the area to make it a little bit more habitable for the buildings, but I'll probably have like pathways coming up here and there and houses on stilts in weird places and things like that. I built a little pond down there for just some food. Every village needs food. Looks like there's a witch down there partaking. or doing something, I don't know. And there's a zombie up here trying to partake me. Okay. So yeah, and the plan is from the tavern, we have a path coming over, and there's like a hilltop here you can kind of see over there where that log is. I'll make like a small little market area with different vendor stands, and it'll probably continue into there, and then there'll be a path leading up to the tavern, and then kind of the more industrial, get out of my way, the more industrial kind of section where the storage is and the whatchamacallit, the furnace system. Where'd you come from? Wait for a second. Lots of things spawn out here at night because I don't have it properly lit because I'm stupid. There's creepers down there. Yeah, let's go take a nap real quick. We had our nap. I forgot to mention too the farm that we have underneath here. When I would record before, the old computer that I had, it did not like redstone one bit. Even when I wasn't recording, if I wasn't even doing anything, I could just be walking through this area, and if this thing was running, it was awful. Like, the frames would drop to maybe 15 a second. What's going on over here? Oh, oh well. Yeah, frames would drop. It was bad stuff, bad times. So that's part of the reason why. Well, no, I mean, it wasn't part of the reason why I got a new computer, but I just got a new computer. Oh yeah, this over here too. We started to build our source for the river. You might ask yourself, where's that waterfall coming from? Because it doesn't really make any sense. There's no water doesn't really work like that. Waterfalls usually come from rivers that are higher up. This waterfall just kind of comes out of here. Well, that's the way I wanted to do it, so that's the way I did it. I need to fill in back here, though, is what ended up happening. I started to fill it in, but I haven't done much more. Oh yeah, and this happens. Kind of funny. I enjoy it. I don't know why they try to go up there, but they do. Every once in a while they fall out and kind of die. But that's okay. It's only the ones around here. I need to fill the rest of this back in. I had to, that's basically where the mountain began. It was just cut off, and I had to bring it down. It still looks pretty terrible. I wanted to get it down just enough to get where I was going to put the waterfall in. I need to do some more landscaping over here, but we'll get it figured out. This is how far I've gotten on our house situation. The way these are probably going to work is I'll build a bridge this way, put a couple over there, build another bridge back this way. Just two bridges, why not? And these will kind of wrap around over to, I guess, this little plateau here. They'll kind of wrap around over this way, and then I'm not sure where to go with it after that. So we'll have our market up here. I might just make the market. This will just be one area for houses, and then we'll have houses up there on the hilltop and some other things. I think the next thing that I need to do, well, I'll show you the block palette first. Pretty simple. Just some stripped oak wood, spruce wood for the frames. I put down these pressure plates around I guess the pillar feet or whatever you want to call them. Just to add a little bit more detail, and I kind of like the way this looks. It doesn't, I mean, besides the roofs, it doesn't really match the rest of the builds, but I might go through and change those too. Those were the first builds that I did when I came onto the world, and I didn't really have a whole lot of resources to work with. But now that I do, and I have all my shulker boxes, I can do a fair amount of resource gathering and get all that figured out. What we're going to do now is probably make some gardens, bring the path through here, and I don't know. I need to work on this nether portal. There's all kinds of things I need to do, but since I've been busy downloading and installing and blah blah blah, and I've got Optifine on here now because it just runs great, looks a lot better. I think I spent about 20 minutes yesterday just kind of flying around and looking at stuff because it looks so much prettier. But yeah, I'm kind of jumbled right now. I don't really know what I want to do first. So I think the best way to do it is just to get started on something. And yeah, you'll see whatever it is when I come back. Yeah, you'll see it. I decided to do just a little time lapse there, just finishing up that path. Well, not finishing, but getting started on it, building it all the way around, and kind of showing how I do the houses a little bit. I cut it short because it was starting to run pretty long, so I don't have to edit down a bunch of stuff later. And I started working on the roofs over here. Not quite finished, but I'll keep working on those. And I forgot to mention before that I finally decided to get these shulker boxes set up and colored. This took me quite a while though. just to gather the resources for it. And I'm not keeping any birch in any of them. Well, I think I have birch stairs, but that's the only one that I have any kind of birch in. I should probably make one more for fences and things like that, but I didn't see it as really a problem considering we keep all this wood on us. I can just make fences when I want to. And then coming over here, we have our ender chest, and then these are the other boxes that I have. This one's just scrap for when I do a project and I have things left over and no other box to put it in. I have that one there. These are all my landscaping boxes. So we got our dirt, our coarse dirt, our gravel. We have grass blocks, sand, podzol. I don't know what I'm going to do with that. I just put it in there to fill it out. And I've tried to put a crafting table in each one, as you can tell here. This is the miscellaneous box for leftover stuff when I'm done landscaping, and I just kind of threw sticks in there too. We got all our flowers, all of our leaf blocks, all that stuff we need to make things look pretty. Back here, the whoosh box, that's just for flying. Tulio box, I've got a backup of everything that I wear. Well, I got two of these. I worked pretty hard to get the Thorns 3 on both of them. That took me a while too, but luckily I have the skeleton farm. And I'll show that next episode, because while I was over there, I ended up doing some work on it, making it look prettier. And then in here, got our food boxes. Terracotta, I did eventually I found a mesa, I think I mentioned that, but I went over there and just gathered a bunch of terracotta and then dyed some of it up. Nether box, just full of nether stuff. Box of bones, always useful. That's for when I go mining. I haven't gone and done any mining 'cause I really haven't needed to yet. More spare parts. We have all of our glasses. These boxes in particular, I just have one stack of each color because this is more for when I'm building something, I'm going to go through and try out different colors, and then if I find one that I like, I can always, come back and craft more of that particular color. But this is just like it's kind of like when you go paint shopping and you kind of look at the what are they called? Swatches? The little swatches of different colors and things like that. So that was kind of the thinking behind that. Yeah, that's the ender box setup. When you do a little bit more on the houses, just get them looking a little more pretty. And then I think next episode, we'll probably start off in the skeleton farm just so I can show that off a little bit, what I've done over there anyway. And I need to do something about this zombie farm down here as well. But I think that's going to do it for this episode. In the next one, we'll do the skeleton farm, and I think we'll start work on this market area. But yeah, that'll be it for this one. I guess I'll see you next time.